The classified ad in the Washington Post read, "Wing walker wanted. No experience necessary. Male or female considered. To perform Sundays at the Flying Circus Aerodrome near Washington. Pay not great, but glory commensurate to risk." And so the scared and the dared gathered at Bealton, Virginia to apply for the job of wing walker. The applicants included students, a picture framer, a newspaper writer, a wine salesperson, and a courageous television reporter, all eager to clamber out on the wing of a biplane at 3,000 feet. It's an old tradition dating back to 1918, when some suicidal stunt pilot got bored riding around in the cockpit of a plane and decided to take a stroll. The Air Service already has one standby veteran wing walker. His name is Bill Fitzsimmons. He's a motel manager, and he has wing walked a grand total of 4 times.
It's exciting, it's exhilarating, and it's pretty out here, nice, lots of fresh air, so I just enjoy it.
Now, I can understand the appeal of fresh air, even at 80 miles an hour, but I can't understand the enjoyment of hanging off a wing strut by your legs.
Actually, I don't think there's too much danger involved. It looks dangerous, and I'm sure the people on the ground think it's dangerous, but there is danger, but it's a control sort of thing. I'm making sure you don't fall off the airplane.
An important lesson which all us applicants were eager to absorb. While we waited, I wondered about the appeal of this employment, even in the midst of a job shortage.
Why?
Well, you get your adrenaline system flushed out once a week if you get the job.
You're lucky if your adrenal system is working by the time this is finished. Why are you doing this?
I always wanted a quick death.
Wait a minute. You're telling this to someone who's going to do it eventually.
I know, I am too. I haven't done it at all yet.
After going through several hundred job interviews, this was the only one that sounded interesting.
With a firm grip, slide yourself up and position your derriere right about here. Don't sit on the windshield. Sit on the top of the seat. As soon as you're in this position, wrap one arm around this brace.
Ron David of the Air Service ran the auditions and provided the instruction, which consisted of a 20-minute briefing and some on-the-ground practice. His most promising pupil, a White House news agency photographer named Nua Hazyan.
I thought it is a joke. Someone had an ad, cut the ad from the Washington Post and put it up in the White House press room on the bulletin board. So we were all joking and kidding around it. And I decided I'll give it a try and call them up to find out what they want.
What they wanted was for Nua to wander on the wing. And this fearless female immediately demonstrated aerial abilities that Wilbur and Orville never dreamed of. Nua was an obvious, immediate frontrunner for the job. But there were other applicants, all of us eager to take our turn wandering on the wing. Why, I could hardly wait.
Tenenbaum! There you are. Come on, let's go. It's your turn. Up on top, buddy. Come on, you're not out here. Come on, open this door. Come on, open this door. Tenenbaum, will you come out?
I'd like to tell you that this is where our story ends, that I declined my audition. But Ron's pleas and my boss's threats prevailed. I agreed to proceed if I received special, personalized instruction.
And reach up, no, the other way. Come inside through here. That's it. And grab that. Now, put your knee up here and climb on up. Reach up to the guy wire with your left hand, the front guy wire. The front guy wire. Yeah, wrap your arm around it the other way. That's good. Now, just hold on to it with your hand. Whatever feels comfortable there, you see? Okay, now pull yourself up so that as quickly as possible you're braced back against that guy wire. Okay, that's good.
During this training session, I learned that a professional wing walker carefully climbs out of the cockpit at 2,000 feet, secures himself or herself to a brace on top of the wing, then spreads arms and motions thumbs up, all at 70 miles an hour, 2,000 feet. No joke, folks. I have never been so frightened.
Okay.
Having mastered the art of wing walking on the ground, Ron decided we should try it in flight. That seemed somewhat radical, but it's the only way they'll let you audition for the job. I trembled during takeoff. Not fear of flying, fear of landing, the hard way. While we were taking off, cameraman Klein Mengel was in a chase plane awaiting our arrival at 2,000 feet, honing his talents by photographing self-portraits in a mirror. But finally, we rendezvoused with the chase planes, and I got the signal to clamber out on the wing. Speed about 70 knots, altitude about 2,000 feet, heartbeat about 110 a minute. I would like to tell you just how much skill and strength is involved in wing walking, but in truth, the task I took on was about as physically demanding as climbing a jungle gym. However, here a misstep results in more than a skinned knee. Yes, it was windy out on that wing. Yes, it was noisy next to that prop. And yes, the view was lovely when I had my eyes open. But once I was harnessed onto the brace, I started feeling fairly secure. So confident that I even managed to take some pictures with a small camera I had carried along, including this shot, just to convince myself that this whole experience wasn't just an agoraphobic nightmare. But at just about that point that I felt I'd vanquished vertigo, pilot Ron David took us into a barrel roll. A shallow dive accelerated us to 140 knots, and then the world took a tumble. I vowed to live a clean life hereafter, to always come to work on time, to never miss a deadline, and to never again volunteer for anything more dangerous than jogging. Someone must have heard me, because when I opened my eyes, I was still attached to the plane, we were still in the air, everything but my stomach was still intact. I was not about to push my luck. I climbed back to the cockpit. Ron returned us to blessed terra firma, where the ground is hard, the wind is soft, and television reporters live long, dull lives.
And switches off. Well, Henry Tenenbaum, I'll tell you something. I never would have believed it, but you were fantastic. As a matter of fact, I think you're the fellow we want to sign up for this job. Henry? Henry! Henry, come back here! Henry! Henry! Henry, come back here!